you want to effectively build muscle but don't have 2+ hours a day to train, then this is the exact full body routine you should be doing if you want to minimize time in the gym while maximizing muscle growth. For our first exercise, we have a pec deck fly. And take note, a pec deck fly will hit your entire chest, but it will more so emphasize the sternal head or the mid to lower pec. As your upper pec, your clavicular head, will not have the best leverage when performing a pec deck fly. But if you're someone who wants to more so emphasize the upper pec, feel free to add in a incline press variant with your elbows tucked in. And another alternative to this would be a low to high cable fly, as both do shoulder flexion, allowing for more upper pec bias. For the third exercise, we can do a tricep extension variant in order to effectively target the long head of the tricep. And then you're going to want to pair this with dips or a JM press in order to avoid tricep redundancy within our program, as this will more so emphasize the medial and lateral head of the tricep. And then for the side delts, we can incorporate a lateral raise. And for the traps and rhomboids, we can include a transverse plane row. Make sure you pick any row where your elbows are flaring out at a 45 to 90 degree angle and you're retracting your scapula on each rep. And then you can pair this with a frontal plane Keenan flap or a standard wide grip lat pull down to emphasize the lower lat fibers. Take note that this is optional, but if you want to maximize back development, you then want to incorporate a movement in the sagittal plane, such as a sagittal plane flap or a lat based row with your arms in a neutral position, driving towards the side of your body for more upper lat emphasis. For the quads, we can pick a leg extension. A leg extension is the superior exercise when it comes to the quads, as your rectus femoris will not always get adequately hit through something like a squat pattern, so that is why I did not include it in this program. For the hamstrings, we can include a seated leg curl, but if you're someone who prefers an RDL or an SLDL, then feel free to swap it for one of those options. But if you decide to stick to the seated leg curl, I would then advise incorporating a hip thrust to maximize glute development. For the biceps, we can include a standard preacher curl, preferably one with a descending resistance profile. If your gym does not have this, you can really make any preacher curl more descending. Just aim to pull your elbows closer to the top of the pad. And to finish off our full body session, we can end with a calf raise or a calf press. And please take note, you can change any exercise order in this program based on your weak points or points that you simply want to prioritize. If you do choose to use this program, I 100% advise running it a minimum of 2 times per week, or you can stick to full body every other day. If you choose to run it 2 times a week, here's what your program can look like. And if you choose to do every other day, here's what your program can look like.